Why narcissists obsess over looks, clothes, and cars even when broke? The real reason narcissists dress to impress. It's not what you think. If you've ever lived with a narcissist, you'll know this one thing for sure. Their closet is a battlefield. Their mirror is their best friend. And their wallet, well, it's crying for mercy while they strut around like a peacock. Today we are diving into why narcissists are so obsessed with how they look, what they wear, or how they travel. Sometimes even when they can't pay for food or rent. Not everyone who cares about their appearance is a narcissist, but for those who are, it's a whole different game. A game of smoke, mirrors, and control. Let's break it down. With real stories and everyday examples you'll feel in your bones. Stick around. There's a twist waiting for you. The mask they wear. Narcissist apparent obsession. Ever notice how some people dress like they are auditioning for a movie role? Every single day. Picture this. A couple's getting ready for a quiet dinner at home. She's in comfy sweats, just wanting to relax. He comes out in a crisp suit, tie knotted tight, shoes polished like he's meeting the president. She laughs. We're just eating pasta on the couch. He snaps back. I don't dress for you. I dress for me. For narcissists, clothes aren't just fabric. They are armor. Protection, a mask to hide the mess underneath. They are particular because it's not about comfort, it's about control. That suite, it's not for her, it's for the image he's building, brick by brick in his head. He needs to feel bigger, better, untouchable. It's like a kid playing dress up, except the stakes are higher. Admiration, power, attention. Think of it like a peacock fanning its feathers. Bright, loud, impossible to ignore. He might not have 2 pennies to rub together, but he'll scrape every dime for the suite because it screams, look at me. And you are left wondering why the rent's late again. Ever feel like you're living with a stranger who's always performing? You're not alone. It's their game. But what happens when the spotlight's on? Like a podcast or a crowd? Hold tight, that's next. The spotlight craving. Narcissists fashion for attention. Why does a broke guy need new threads for a 10-minute podcast? Imagine a couple where she's juggling bills, counting coins for groceries. He's got a media gig coming up. Nothing big, just a local show. Suddenly, he's at the store, swiping the last of their cash on a flashy jacket. She asks, why can't you wear what you have? He smirks, people need to see me at my best. Narcissists don't just want to show up, they want to show off. Spotlight's their oxygen and clothes are their ticket in. Why do they do it? It's simple. Attention, attention, attention. They're like moths to a flame, drawn to any chance to shine. That jacket isn't about warmth, it's about wowing the crowd, feeding their ego. Never mind the empty fridge or the landlord knocking. To them, looking good trumps eating good every time. It's like a fisherman casting a net. The flashier the bait, the bigger the catch. Except the catch is you, me, anyone watching. They'll starve to be seen. Sound familiar? Maybe you have felt that sting too. But it's not just clothes. What about the ride they roll up in? Buckle up for that one. The ride that roars. Narcissists travel and status. Ever seen someone broke as a joke pull up in a car that screams money? There's this couple. She's taking the bus to work, pinching pennies. He's late on child support, but somehow he's cruising in a shiny leased SUV. Windows down, music blasting. She sighs. We can't afford this. He shrugs. I can't afford to look cheap. For narcissists, how they travel isn't about getting there. It's about arriving loud, proud, noticed. They are particular about travel because it's billboard on wheels. A beat-up sedan? Never. A flashy ride? Always. It's not about the destination. It's about the drama of pulling up like a lion roaring in the jungle. Hear me, see me, fear me. They would rather skip meals than skip the lease payment because image is king. Think of it like a kid with a toy car. Except this toy's got a payment plan they can't keep up with. And you're stuck wondering why the basics always come last. Does that hit home? It's a pattern you can't unsee. So what's the fallout when the mask slips? That's where the real story begins. The cracks in the costume. Narcissist validation struggles. What happens when the show's over and the crowd's gone? Picture a couple after a big night out. She's exhausted, ready to crash. He's still in his designer shirt, pacing, fuming. They didn't even notice my outfit, he mutters. She tries to comfort him. You looked great. He snaps, you don't get it. I need it done to say it. Narcissists obsess over looks because without the applause, the costumes just clothe and they are just empty. Why the meltdown? It's all about validation. Validation. Clothes guard the whole act. It's a house of cards waiting for a breeze. When no one claps, the cracks show. They're like a balloon losing air. Puffed up 1 minute, flat the next. The shirt he maxed out of the card for. Worthless without a wow. It's like planting a garden and forgetting to water it. Looks good for a day, then wilts. And you're left picking up the pieces, wondering why your needs don't matter. Ever felt that way? You're not crazy, it's the chaos. But how does this mess spill into relationships? That's the real kicker coming up. The relationship wreckage. Narcissist ego versus love. Ever feel like you're competing with a mirror? Here's a couple on the edge. She's begging him to save for a place together. He's out buying $200 jeans, hair freshly cut, chains gleaming. We are broke, she cries. He fires back. I'm not walking around looking like a nobody. She's crushed. He would rather shine alone than build with her. Narcissists prioritize their look over love because to them, image is the real relationship and you're just the audience. They are particular because it's me. Your rent, your dreams, your tears, background noise. They're like a chef cooking a feast, but eating it all themselves. You don't get a bite. That new outfit for the podcast, it's not about impressing you. It's about outshining everyone, including you. Think of it like a dog chasing its tail, round and round, never catching what matters. And you're left starving for connection while they preen. Sound like your story? You're not the only one feeling it. So what's the takeaway from this circus? Let's wrap it up with some truth. The truth behind the threads. Narcissist insecurity exposed. Why do they care so much when it costs so much? One last story. A couple splitting up. She's packing, done with the games. He's still flexing, new shoes, new watch. While the bills pile up. You're leaving me over this? He yells. She nods. You choose your reflection over us. Narcissists are particular because their worth lives in the mirror, not in you, not in reality, just in the shine they chase. It's about fear of being small, unseen, ordinary. Clothes, travel, looks, it's their shield against the truth. They are fragile like a house built on sand. Fancy outside, crumbling inside. They'll go broke for the mask because without it, they are nothing, and you are the one paying the price emotionally, financially, all of it. Ever wonder why you feel invisible next to them? It's not you. It's their need to be the only star. But here's the twist. You don't have to stay in the shadows. Want to know how to spot this before it drains you dry? That's the next video. Don't miss it. Thanks for sticking with me, folks. If this hits you in the gut, drop a comment, tell me your story, hit that subscribe button. If you want more real talk like this, next time we are cracking open how to see through the narcissist game before it starts. Stay strong, stay smart, see you soon. And remember, you can and you will heal. Just start today. Thank you.